Right, this is the second time I'm narrating this. Anywho, this is against Sharktamer. He tames sharks and whatnot. So he brings out some soap, and I'm like, soap! So he brings out his blindish because he wants to get soap in his eyes, and I let up a light screen because I want to blind him even more. So he goes for Thunder Wave. He waits T at me, and I'm like, crap. And now my Zeus is pretty much paralyzed and useless because he gets so many freaking para hacks in this match. He just has Encore Rain Dance because he loves my dance and whatnot, and I'm Zeus, so I'm obviously going to do the dance the best. So I bring out something I love, Stealth Rock, and he Thunder Waves again. And now I've got two Pokemon that are practically useless at this point. He goes to Soap, and the Soap gets burned by my Will-O-Wisp because my Stealth Rock-loving Shedinja has a grill, and he threw an Ember at it. And he sets up a Reflect as I get paralyzed. The rain stops, and his Soap is still wet and burnt, and I go and sneak in the shadows and molest it. And I get a critical hit, hooray. He goes for another light screen because he wants to blind me, but it doesn't work. And he goes for a Wish because he wants to get his health back, but I get X Scissor on it, and the burn takes it down to an amount that it can't stay in. So he brings out Quack Stevens as I Shadow Sneak because, yeah. So he goes into a sub because he slipped on the Soap, and I try to trick, but of course it doesn't work. And he goes into, well, I go into my Give Me Grills, Girls, whatever. Yeah, he said grills because he was making a joke. So he goes for Hidden Power because it's not very effective for him to go into the ocean and steal a trident and use it on me. So he goes and steals Trident and uses it on me, and he uses Tri-Attack, and that does a lot considering the fact that I resist it. And I go for a Recover, and I'm thinking, wow, I'm actually faster? What? Is it a speed tie? So he goes for another Nasty Plot because he's plotting something very nasty, and I want 269 HP. So I bomb him with Seeds, and his substitute finally just explodes, and his Light Screen wears off. So he goes for another sub, and I'm like, oh, it's a speed tie then. So I go back out into my Stealth Rock loving Shedinja because he can't touch me, and he has to withdraw. So he goes into his Soap, and I X-Scissor to death. Yeah. So now he goes into his Triphylia, and I was going for some type of move here. I'm guessing I was going for a, I don't know, I forget. I was probably going to burn it. But he paralyzed. Did I get paralyzed? So that's gay. I go into Zeus now because, yeah, he goes for a Night Slash, and that does good amount of damage. And I get Leftovers back. But he switches out to his Blindish because he wants to dance in the rain some more, and yeah, I know I'm probably going to get encored, so I just stay in. And he Seismic tosses because he can throw Zeus up into the air and throw him back down and somehow damage him even though he can fly. So yeah, he's attacking the gods, and that's not cool. He encores my Paralyzed, but that doesn't work as I roost. And yeah, Zeus can't roost very well because there isn't any females up there because he's genderless, but technically in real life, well, not real life, but in mythology, Zeus did roost a lot. If you get what I mean. So he brings back out he brings in Michael, and I go into my bird too because why not? I go for a Sucker Punch because I think he's a sucker, and he's not a sucker, so oh god, I can make so many bad jokes about that right now. Anywho, he goes for another Dragon Dance as I slash him in the night and molest the Michael, which is weird, but yeah. I go for Sucker Punch now because I can punch him with the sucker, and he outrages. And after this, I know that he can't touch my Shedinja, so I go into Shedinja. Hooray! Shedinja's so awesome. And he outrages again, but I avoid the damage with Wonder Guard, and so I decide to show him a magic trick. But I get a Life Orb, but I'm like, I don't want a Life Orb, so I trick it back. Do not want! So he gets back his Life Orb, and he's confused now because of the magic trick, and a duck hits him and he dies. And I get paralyzed. So he goes to his Doug Trio again, and he slides some rocks on me, and that's cool, I guess. I go into Credily now. No, I don't go into Credily, I go into this thing, and I wave a Vacuum at him, and that does damage somehow. And yeah, he goes for an Earthquake. And I should have Calm Minded, because then I'd be able to kill this thing next turn, probably. And I live with 12 HP, which is gay. So I go for a Vacuum Wave again. I wave the Vacuum at him, but he doesn't get destroyed by the vacuum, but he rock slides and he dies to life orb because my vacuum is still on and he gets sucked up into it. So yeah, don't play with vacuums, kids. I go back out to Zeus, and he brings out his blind thing, and I exert pressure onto it. He ran out of encores by this point, I think. I don't know, he probably ran out of encores sometime because I've got pressure. And yeah, I rain dance because I just do. And now I'm paralyzed, so it doesn't matter. I decided to switch out now because I kind of have to, because I'm not going to be able to do anything. So he brings out Pippin, which is a play of some sort, and I go into my Uglier Than Feebas, which is my Huntail, which is awesome. This thing is awesome. So I go for an Ice Fang because I thought he would switch out or do something, and I didn't know if I was going to be able to Sucker Punch because that's the only super effective move I have. And instead of getting any hacks myself, he gets hacks because the game loves him more than me. So I switch out and go to my Give Me Girls because, yeah, and he sets up a light screen and the rain stops. So I go for a Toxic because pretty much anything is faster than Slowbro, and he goes for a Psychic because he wants to read my mind. He wanted to read that I was at 269 HP and decided to get rid of it. So he goes back into his Quack Stevens because he can, and I tickle it to death. Hooray! Well, actually I just tickle it. But now he sets up a Substitute, and I'm like, that's going to break easily because I've got the tickle on it. And now I have to throw seeds at it, and now I'm getting really close to my grill because I keep backing up because I'm afraid this thing's going to kill me. And he hits me with the trident again, and he shoves me into the grill, and I get burned, which is gay. Later on, anyway. I recover because I want to stall him to death, and he hits me again with the trident, and I think this is the time he actually burns me, but I don't know. Yeah, it is. He throws me into the grill, and I get burned. So I seed bomb him because I just want to kill him because he tried to kill me, and I get burned, and this is gay because I won't be able to do anything afterwards. The only moves I have are Tickle, Seed Bomb, Toxic, and Recover, so he Psychics, which is cool, I guess, and I go burn, and now I'm going to tickle him because that's just what my Give Me Girls does, and you can't tentacle rape it because it's not a girl, because, you know, Japan's weird. So I get more burn damage, and I should have recovered here, but no, I had to be Mr. Let's see how much Seed Bomb does, and it does nothing. So he Psychics and kills me because I'm not at 69 HP, and he gets a crit. Just rub it in, just to rub it in. So Pippin's poisoned because it's got bad writing or something, bad staging, I don't know. And I go into my Uglier Than Feebas as I try to Sucker Punch, and I'm like, great, I've lost now. So I switch out to Zeus, and he Seismic tosses, which is okay. And he gets the 100 damage on me, and now I'm Mew. But I eat some more leftovers and I go up to another number, but I don't know what the Pokemon is. So he Seismic tosses again, and I get paralyzed because this game hates me, and I was going to go for a Roost there, so that was a game-breaking hacks. So he goes for Seismic Toss, and I'm like, good game, because I know that Huntail's not going to be able to kill it unless it gets a crit, but even the crit didn't kill it, so. And I was trying to get it to flinch, but, and Waterfall would have done nothing to Slowbro, and Slowbro would have killed me anyways, so yeah, good game, Sharktamer. Yeah, maybe we can battle some other time without any hacks or a stupid stall war like we did in the second battle we had. Yeah, good game.